Well, hello, everybody. It's William Huffine, president of Quantum Franchise Group. And I want to thank you again for taking some time to meet our team in this series of videos called Meet the Quantum Crew. What we're doing is we're spending some time visiting with each member of our team here at Quantum Franchise Group, giving you an opportunity to meet them, learn a little bit more about them. And if you're one of those many people out there who are thinking that it is time to stop working for someone else and open up your own business, our team is here ready to help you, and we're going to give you an opportunity to connect with another one of our team members today. Her name is Chinyere Crutcher here in the Detroit metro area. Amazing human being, relatively new to our team, but man, she is off to a fantastic start, and I've really enjoyed getting to know Chinyere and seeing how her business is taking off. And I know you're going to enjoy getting to know her as well. Chinyere, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, William. And I've really been enjoying my time with Quantum so far. Everybody's been so welcoming, and you are a great mentor and coach, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, yeah, let's just kick things off, Chinyere. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Okay, well, I'm Chinyere Crutcher, and I'm a married mother of two adult girls, both who are graduating this year. I started out as an engineer after college, and I've worked in corporate settings, education, nonprofit consulting, but my real passion is the direct sales business that I have run both full-time and part-time for about 31 plus years.
All right, wonderful. So, you've had a very good career, very strong career in your previous endeavors. What is it that led you to become a franchise consultant here with Quantum Franchise Group?
Oh wow. Well, like I said, I've really dedicated my entire adult experience to running my own business. And I know how rewarding and freeing it has been for me. And so now I'm just expanding my reach by adding this additional venture as a franchise consultant. I'll be able to help even more people make the dream of business ownership a reality through franchising.
Well, I know whenever we crossed paths a few months ago, I could tell right from the minute I shook your hand and introduced myself that you were someone who loves to help other people and loves to help people be successful. And that's what we do here. That's what our work is all about here at Quantum Franchise Group, is helping people to invest in businesses that they're going to love as much 10 years down the road as they do on grand opening day. And I know you're going to do an amazing job. So let's talk about franchise ownership in general. What would you say are some of the biggest benefits of franchise ownership?
Well, to me, the biggest benefit of being an owner includes being your own boss and calling the shots, deciding your own work hours, um, unlimited earning potential because you're not held to the confinement of a steady paycheck because your income is really directly tied to how many people you serve through your business. And you get to leave a legacy and build something for your family and not just build someone else's vision and dream.
Yeah, I agree. There are three mantras that a lot of folks hear me say over and over when I'm talking with people about business ownership. And the first one is that I believe that business ownership is, for many people, it's the best path toward real fulfillment in life and work and financial fulfillment and really being able to devote your time to doing what you feel like you were put on this earth to do and not just spending your time doing what you feel like you have to do to keep the bills paid. So it really is incredibly fulfilling to be a business owner. Another of those mantras is the moment you prove to yourself that you can earn income without a boss, you become invincible. There's just something that happens inside of us whenever we're so accustomed to having that paycheck drop into our account every 2 weeks until we get laid off and it's gone. But but the moment you see income coming into your account through your own ideas, your own initiative, your own drive, there's just something that is incredibly empowering about that. And it's like the lights come on inside, and we really do, to some extent, become invincible. And then the third mantra that I share a lot, and I know you and the other members of our team do as well, is that franchising is the safest, most predictable path toward business ownership for a whole host of reasons. And so I'm really excited to be working with you to help people discover that for themselves. Now, let's talk a little bit about Quantum Franchise Group. There are a lot of franchise brokers and consultants out there. There are various organizations out there that people can choose to work with. And so, in your mind, what makes Quantum Franchise Group different from other franchise consulting firms out there?
Well, after just kind of doing a bit of research before I decided to do this, um, what I love about Quantum Franchise Group is that we take the matchmaking process very seriously. I found out that since 2023, our candidates have been awarded 37 franchise units across 9 different industries, and we have a strong track record of matching candidates to the right opportunities. Also, we are proud members of the Franchise Brokers Association, which represents over 800 franchise concepts across 37 categories. Um, Quantum, I love this, is a award-winning brokerage. In 2024, you guys, and now me, because I'm part of it, were awarded top performing brokerage and $1 million producer in 2024. And then our team undergoes extensive training with 200 plus hours of franchise education, ensuring that we provide the best guidance. The best part is that the process is really comprehensive. We don't just present franchise options to you, but we guide candidates through an in-depth discovery process. And it starts with something that we call the entrepreneurial assessment, which identifies different things like your core values and priorities, preferred work style and company culture, strengths, competencies, and areas of focus, emotional and social intelligence, and then the stages of growth of the different franchises that might be best suited for that candidate. And so that ensures that when we match them with a franchise, that it's going to align with their goals, their vision for the future, and their personality.
Yeah, one of the things that I love most about our group here at Quantum Franchise Group, but also the broader Franchise Broker Association that we're a part of, is the whole integrity first approach to what we do. Unfortunately, and it's not just in franchise brokering and franchise consulting, it's in every field. But unfortunately, there are people who are really focused on just closing the sale, making the transaction, earning the commission, etc. Whereas here at Quantum Franchise Group, we really do take an integrity first approach. We want to, like I said at the top of the conversation, we want to make sure that we at all times with all candidates are operating in the best interest of our candidates and making sure that we're helping them to invest a significant sum of money, a significant amount of time and energy into a business that beautifully aligns with who they are and their own values and their own desires in life. And we want to make sure those people love their franchise in the long term. So that integrity first approach means that, we may earn less by matching someone with the right franchise, but getting that person matched with the right franchise is absolutely the most important thing to us, so much so that I require everybody who joins our team to sign a pledge that they will acknowledge and adhere to that integrity first approach. And
Mhm.
I know that that's important to you as well. I knew that from the beginning when I met you. Another thing I love about our group is that we stay with our candidates all the way through the process. Again, there are some consultants out there who will help someone find a franchise, they'll present them as a candidate, and then they'll just disappear and hope to be compensated somewhere down the road. Whereas what we do is we take our candidates step by step through this very thorough due diligence process that is typically a 2 to 3 month process with several calls, several meetings, several document reviews, funding conversations, legal representation, everything. We make sure that our candidates are taken care of every step of that process. So I think you would probably agree that those are some of the really valuable things that set us apart from others.
Absolutely, absolutely. The integrity first was probably the final reason why I decided to go with Quantum as the brokerage that I wanted to represent,
Mhm.
because that is just how I live my life. It's how I've always been in business.
Yeah, wonderful. So let's talk a little bit about this process. So I just shared about how this is a very comprehensive, thorough process that our candidates go through together that usually takes 2 to 3 months, sometimes even longer.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how that process works. How are you going to work with a candidate through that process from the minute you have your first conversation all the way to award day?
Oh, it's so simple, actually. The journey starts with a 10-minute entrepreneurial assessment where we discuss and validate together, and we explore franchise options that align with their goal. I introduce them to franchisors, help them prep for those calls, and guide them all the way from that initial conversation that they have with me to all the way to the launch of their business. So my role is to educate and support, coach, and help them make informed decisions. And then the best part is that my services come at no cost to the candidate. And really, I'm only compensated if they are awarded a territory and decide to invest in a franchise. So it's a very simple process for the candidate.
Love it. So, what advice would you give to someone who's considering franchising, but they're not sure if it's the right fit? You know as well as I do, we have these conversations every day with candidates who, they come to us maybe not even convinced that franchising is right for them, and we have to try to help them evaluate whether it is or whether it isn't. So when that person comes to you and says, Chinyere, I'd love to be a business owner. I've been curious about franchising. I just don't know if it's the right fit for me. What advice would you give that person?
Well, first of all, I think a lot of times it's the right fit or the right time, right? And we're always waiting for all of the lights to turn green before we step forward. And, driving, that makes sense. But in life, um, all the lights aren't always going to be green. There's always something that's going to be happening. There's always a new thing, that new challenge that we have to deal with. So, and those challenges bring things like fear and uncertainty, and it holds us back. So the key is to take a structured, informed approach, understanding what type of business aligns with your strengths, your lifestyle goals, and financial situation. It's really important to take your time. That's why it doesn't just happen overnight. And you take the full process to make the best decision. It's what I did to become a franchise agent. I took time to make a good decision for myself before I just jumped right in. So I did create a free resource for candidates or people who are considering franchising. It's an ebook, so it's easy to access, and it's called The Journey to Franchise Ownership. It's designed to help you understand the franchise model, evaluate if it's the right step for you, and I encourage you to reach out to me so I can send you a copy. You can do that by going, through my website and sending me your information. I'll be happy to get that to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the way you frame that, Chinyere, because, and I feel exactly the same way. And I say this to candidates a lot that usually in the initial conversation where they're expressing, questions or maybe some doubts. And I always reinforce to them that as we go through this process, the concept has to be right and the timing has to be right. Now, I don't say the concept has to be perfect and the timing has to be perfect because no concept is perfect, no business is perfect. And if you're waiting for the timing to be perfect, you'll be waiting a very, very, very long time because very seldom in life is everything aligned exactly the way we need it to be aligned for us to make a life-changing decision like that. So I see a big difference between right and perfect. And the right franchise and the right time may mean that you are pushing some imperfect circumstances out of the way and saying, I'm not going to let this stop me. I am moving forward with this next chapter in my life. One
Mhm.
of the people that I've followed and read and learned from for decades now is Tony Robbins. And one of the quotes from Tony that I love is that, and I'm not going to get this verbatim, but the sentiment you'll understand. It is um, the path toward massive success begins with massive, imperfect action.
Yes.
So taking big steps, making big courageous moves, even when things may not be perfect, is what is going to really move you forward in life. So I love the way that you framed that. And for those of you who are watching this video, we're going to make sure that on the YouTube page where we post this video, we're going to make sure that we have a link to Chinyere's website. We're going to have a link for you to complete an entrepreneurial assessment to see where you might fit in this world of franchising. And we are going to have a link to Chinyere's ebook so that you can go ahead and grab a copy for yourself. So
Yay.
yeah, absolutely. So Chinyere, this has been such a good conversation. Thank you so much for the confidence that you have placed in our team here at Quantum Franchise Group and our association, and most of all, the confidence that you've placed in yourself. And I know that you're going to be incredibly successful at helping other people change their lives for the better. So, as we wrap up, any last words, anything that you'd like to share before we say goodbye?
You know what? I'll just say this. It's the name of your website. Let's begin a biz. I would just say, let's begin a biz. I'm looking for some candidates who want to give this a try. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. I have no regrets in life, but I will tell you, I find it interesting that if I had at a younger age been introduced to franchising, I just wonder how many I would have had. Not just one, but how many, because I love this kind of stuff. I love business. I love it. I knew that I was meant to be an entrepreneur even when I was very young. If I had known that there was an easier way by having a franchise, which already has everything laid out for you, um, I might have uh, jumped on that much younger. Now I'm looking at it from a different perspective, and I'm looking for some people to help basically do that.
Yeah, when I think about the regrets in my life, and sure, at my age, there are plenty of things that we look back on and wish that we had done differently or approached differently. But some of the things that come to mind most often for me is the things that I've discovered and given myself to later in life that I wish I had given myself to earlier in life, because
Mm,
I would have saved myself so many years of pain and frustration and unfulfilling work if I
mm.
had really just invested in myself and believed in myself and let others help me find a better path forward. So I'm excited that
Yeah.
you're in this role to help people do that as well.
Mhm.
All right, Chinyere. Well, thanks again so much for your time and having this conversation. And all of you watching this, thanks so much for giving us a few minutes of your day. I hope you'll connect with Chinyere, and let's all work together and setting your life off in a new direction that you won't regret a few years down the road. All right. Bye, everybody.